Hi everyone. So in our last lesson, we talked about the basic fundamental rules of intonation in spoken English. So we learned, for example, intonation falls if we're saying a simple statement or a command. Whereas, by contrast, intonation rises if we are asking a yes-no question without a WH word, such as who, what, where. The last two categories are when we're listing items, we rise, 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 and then we fall on the final item. And then if we have complex sentences with several clauses, we keep the intonation flat, 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 and then we fall at the end. So these are just some basic ideas. Intonation is not the easiest aspect of learning spoken English. If your native language does not use intonation in quite such a dynamic and dramatic way as English does, your ear may not be prepared to hear all of this rising and falling. And you may be a little bit more comfortable speaking in monotone. So this takes time and practice. Don't worry about it. It will happen for you, especially if you practice using television and radio, podcasts. And if you push yourself to go out into the world, maybe sit at a cafe and just listen. You don't have to talk to anybody, just listen and try to open your ears. Okay, all that said, what I want to do today is a little bit more of an advanced intonation topic. So this is something where we use intonation instead of extra words. So it's almost like we're speaking in code. So, for example, if I said a sentence with normal intonation, and I said, "Are they serious? Are they serious?" So you can hear that as a yes-no question, and my intonation rose. Now, if I want to use non-standard intonation, I could say that same sentence this way. I could say, "Are they serious? Are they serious?" So I am asking a yes-no question with falling intonation. So that's a rule breaker. So the reason why people do this, and it's pretty common, especially in casual spoken English, the reason why people do that is because they want to express tone indirectly. So they don't want to say, in so many words, I am questioning whether they are serious, I am doubting, I am being sarcastic. So they use the framework of a yes-no question, but they use different intonation, unexpected, non-standard intonation. Let me do another example. So first I'll do it the standard way. Did you do this on purpose? Did you do this on purpose? So I had rising, and it's an innocent question. Did you do this on purpose? Okay. Yes, no question. So now let me say that same yes, no question with falling intonation. So if I said, did you do this on purpose? Did you do this on purpose? So depending on your exposure to English, if you've heard this type of sarcasm or kind of doubt being expressed in intonation, you understand that if I say, did you do this on purpose? It means I'm upset with you. I already know the answer. The answer is yes, you did it on purpose. The real question is why. So I don't want to ask you, why did you do this? Stop doing this. So instead, I will ask a polite question. Did you do this on purpose? But I will say it differently. Did you do this on purpose? Okay, let me give you couple more examples. How about this one? What if it is a rainy day, it's terrible, we're not prepared, we don't have an umbrella, and we were prepared to go to the beach and have a wonderful picnic? Something I could say to be sarcastic is, isn't this a beautiful day? Isn't this a beautiful day? So clearly I'm being sarcastic. It's not beautiful. Everybody knows it's not beautiful, but I don't want to be directly negative. I don't want to say, this is a terrible day. I hate it. So I can just use my tone. I can say, isn't this a beautiful day? And the normal way to say that, the standard way, is to say, isn't this a beautiful day? Isn't this a beautiful day? That's a yes, no question, and probably if I'm saying it in that manner, the answer is yes. It's a beautiful day. I agree with you. Couple more examples. Okay, how about this one? Let me test you now. Let me say a sentence, and I want you to tell me, am I being sarcastic or am I saying it in a standard way? So if I say, are we supposed to clean this up? Okay, so, and then let me do it another way. Are we supposed to clean this up? Are we supposed to clean this up? Okay, so yes, the first one I had rising. It's a yes, no question. Second time I used falling intonation. And basically I'm kind of being sarcastic. I'm complaining. Are we supposed to clean this up? I don't want to do it. And you'll notice, obviously when you're talking to a person in real life, look at their face also. That'll give you a big clue if you're still having trouble hearing the pitch rising and falling. Okay, how about another one? I'll test you again. Has he spent enough time on this topic? And then I'll do it the other way. Has he spent enough time on this topic? Okay, so first one was falling, sarcastic. Second one was rising. It's a genuine question. Innocent question. Has he spent enough time? Maybe he needs more time. The other one was, he has spent too much time. I don't want to say it directly, but he has spent too much time on this topic. Okay, last one. Is she upset with us? Is she upset with us? Okay, first one was rising, innocent. Second one was falling, sarcastic. So I hope you'll continue to pay attention to intonation, both in standard form and in non-standard form. I always recommend, first step, just open your ears, just start listening. And then second step, maybe go back to these lessons, listen to them again. And that at that point we say it will gel. It will become a little bit more clear what I'm laying out for you. But first, I think as a learner, you want to experience it. So go out, watch TV, listen to the up and down, because this is very characteristic of fluent English. And as we learned today, we play with it to express tone, which is indirect and can be a little bit difficult to grasp right away if you're not familiar. Okay, so good job to you all, and I will see you in the next lesson on intonation.